Hey Shrikeopaths, so you want to know how Phenomena works and how to build her? Well, you're in luck. I mean, her kit is pure wackadoodle if you try to understand it. But you don't really need to. Her build is actually pretty easy. I'm Shrike, like, comment, and subscribe for more Black Beacon content. Let's dive in. In a rare show of solidarity, the entire community seems to agree on what ancient marks to put on Phenomena, and what stats to focus on. As is recommended, we'll use her specifically tailored mark, Galactic Tears, as well as Dragon Essence. And we finish it off with a dusting of Jade Crane and a Shining Star for that extra ultimate zest. But instead of the suggested EOM, we're just going to focus on pure damage with attack, crit rate, and crit damage. I've spent a few days testing her, and the folks who handle the Black Beacon Kaiden did even more testing than I did, and they came to the same conclusion. Straight damage is the way to go. Not sure why they suggest EOM for her. But now we'll move on to the most confusing part of building her skill kit. Now you'll be using her basic attack a lot actually, far more than most DPS. It's just part of her rotation, and it's unavoidable. On its own, it does nothing special though. Skill 1 you'll be using a lot. This girl uses every single bit of her kit. After doing enough basic attacks as well as some other things too, her skill 1 will glow, and it will have a number below it. That's how many of those enhanced skills you have. I guess technically I should call them derived skills though, since that's the kind of damage they do. Her skill 2 is one thing that can lead into that derived skill 1, along with enough basic attacks. It's her strongest attack and even has a super mode where she jumps in the air and rains death and destruction on those stupid enough to challenge her to begin with. This skill does charged damage. Her passive says, "The star chart beneath Phenomena's feet indicate the position of the companion star in the resonance realm. At the start of the battle, the companion star is positioned in the realm directly clockwise." Did your brain shut off? I don't blame you. Basically, this is just the skill that checks that she's fulfilled some criteria and then unlocks the next step on her combo train, all inevitably leading toward the death and destruction rain I mentioned before. Ultimate is blissfully simple, just an enormous spike from the heavens to smite her foes. That's all. Her combo is notable, since it very quickly allows her to rain down her astrological hellfire. Notable talents are 1, 3, and 4. 1 gives her critical damage boost as she just moves through her combos without you needing to do anything special. Great, right? 3 is just a flat 15% crit damage increase. Simple, but beautiful. And 4 says that each slash from her astrological hellfire makes her next ultimate do 20% more damage, stacking up to 8 times. So you want to sandbag your ult until after you've rained down enough hellfire. So after her skill 2 leaps her into the air and she starts wailing away. Ideally 8 times to get the max damage boost out of it, but you might not hit 8 unless you're in a combo. Notable potentials. So most of them are just damage boosts, but the best ones, to me at least, are 3 and 6. 3 is completely and utterly busted in my opinion. It says her ult boost damage stacks, from the talent 4 I just mentioned, increase from the 20% for each stack to 30%. It's decent, but that's not all. Then, activating her ultimate fully restores her vigor and resets the cooldown of skill 1. Excuse me, what? Vigor manipulation has never been a thing. It recovers when it damn well pleases. Not only is this completely crazy good for Phenomena, but it sets a precedent that there could be characters in the future who have vigor manipulating effects in their kits. Like for instance a cute, very exhausted blonde support that's coming soon. That would be truly busted. Oh, her weapon, right. I don't have it yet, and I won't be getting it from Vulcan's Grace because like I said, Ariadne will be too good. Can't risk missing her weapon. So I'll just pull Phae as the old-fashioned way. But as weapons go, it's pretty useful. Crit buff and a gradual light damage boost as she moves through her combos. If you ask me, her potentials are more important than her weapon. Weapon's still good, but anyone on the fence on whose weapon to pick from the Grace, skip hers. Save for Ariadne's weapon, you'll thank me later. Or curse me, who knows really. Skill priorities unfortunately go to them all. You use every single one of her skills, but you'll want to start with her passive, and then her skill 2 because it's a very high scaling skill. And then it's your choice of skill 1, combo, or ult, and then probably save basic for last. You do use it a lot, but it just doesn't scale very much. and if you can only do one, do her passive. Now onto the combat section. As I always say, this isn't an advanced course on how to perfect a character. There are other better content creators for that, but this will get you to the point where it'll actually look like you know what the heck you're doing, even if you're just button mashing. So the eventual goal for her is to rain down her astrological hellfire, and then finish off with an ult that gains stacks of damage from that hellfire. But to get there is a bit complicated. So basically you use skill 1 a few times to activate her skill 2, but there's a cooldown. So really it's more like skill 1, basic, 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 skill 1, basic, 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 then skill 2 activates. But it's just a baby skill 2. So you do that, and then skill 1 gets enhanced and gets a number below it. Only hit skill 1 enough times to unlock skill 2 again, and then swap to skill 2. This is your Hellfire skill. Skill 2's true final form, and then ult if you've got it. Complicated, see? Here's the easy of it though. Keep on using skill 1 while mashing basic in between until skill 2 glows, hit it, then skill 1 will glow, hit it, skill 2 will glow again, hammer that sucker and nuke your ult. Or even simpler, start with skill 1 and follow the glowing buttons. When she jumps, hammer skill 2. Okay, now for teams. Well, the best one is her, Gicia, and Atzi. Or her, Gicia, and Viola. Or her, Gicia, and Zero. Or her, Gicia, and... Okay, Gicia is just the best breaker we have, okay? But really just pick your sub DPS of choice, and then your favorite support. I just maybe would avoid a Phae Zero Logos team because of the mono element. But everything else is fair game. In conclusion, as I feared, Phaenomena is very good. Too good if you ask me, because now many people will pull for her and miss out on Ariadne. It would have been much better if Phae sucked donkey ears, that way everybody skipped her and we could all have an easy time of getting Ariadne. But that's not how these things work. She's very good and most potentials are just damage, besides 3. So she isn't really reliant on dupes like Yuli was, so that's good. And with that being said, I'm gonna fly. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.